Oh, it's on.
Can I start now?
Okay, Franklin, you can start us off.
Alright, the Homestead strike turned violent because this man, Henry Frick, was all like, under no circumstances will we have any further dealings with the association. And that was his legal way of being like, he's gonna hire some thugs and strike beaters to handle them, you know?
Can we put more detail into that?
Yeah, you can add,
Go
you can
ahead.
add on to it. Do you want to add something?
No.
This is a debate, right?
Just the way he said it. It kind of lacked a lot of details.
Well, this is discussion.
He
We're going to
hired
build off of it.
thugs.
Yeah, but what thugs?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so who wants to expand on that and explain to everyone else
The
who Henry
Pinkerton
Frick
thugs.
is if you didn't read the
It took too long.
the
Well, we should have said
document?
it.
Henry Frick is the guy who was like in charge of the factory, but like this whole both documents are like he said she said kind of thing where like it's like no one really knows, but like they do, but like they know their truth, they don't know the actual truth.
Okay, so who wants to add on to that?
Go ahead, Regent. You have stuff to say before.
Do you guys agree with Franklin or Stephen?
I do.
I concur.
I concur. with
How
that.
come?
I
Well,
concur.
Because they sound smart.
do you think that's a good reason to judge a document?
Okay.
I mean, I could see where they're going from.
Okay. Can you provide a specific example?
I mean,
They started this strike because like they bought machines and stuff to like make steel better and faster, and then like because they were being paid by how much steel, right? But then they decided to like strong arm them, right? And they were like, I'm gonna pay you less for more work,
Okay.
or more steel, I guess.
oh,
Okay, so they're be paid the minimum amount.
can I add on to what Steven said?
Yeah.
So he was like, this is all he said, she said. Emma Goldman, this is from her autobiography, so she was there and everything. And it's just like directly from her, from what she's saying. The other one's just a news.
So you think this is a trustworthy document to go off of?
Can I rebuttal?
It's probably
Okay, so let's hear from Stephen next.
They said where she remembers her actions from the Homestead strike 39 years later. So 39 years is like a long time for some people. That and
But I mean,
it does say she's a radical activist who wrote this. So it was like she like really believed, and as she quotes herself, rebellious forebears of the Revolutionary War.
But I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure
the other
anyone-
document is from you.
Okay, so we're going to Will next because he has his hand raised.
Alright, so Franklin, you said that A was from Emma Goldman. B was also a quote from Frick, because at the bottom it says Frick explains his opposition. Right,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it was kind of his words too, so you know.
Okay. So
But
you
I'm pretty sure anybody would remember a prior manslaughter of workers, so that'd be pretty hard to forget.
Okay. Karish.
Yeah, he did on my side. What's up?
Let me look at both documents. We can agree. I agree with Stephen earlier when he says he said, she said, because when you look at these documents, these are two very different perspectives, and if you look at it, you can take it in multiple different ways, despite whether it's from a radical activist or Henry Frick himself when he was being interviewed on the newspaper. There's a lot of thought that can go into this when you think about it. So if you look at Henry Frick's document, I can concur that I feel like his is more how do you say it, like more reasonably thought. It has more detail and it states his reasoning very clearly. And then you could also look at Emma Goldman's, and then you see this is her personal experience too, not in a newspaper interview, but it's somewhat of her experience, even though it was years ago, and she states how she saw it. So it really depends on what thought you put into these documents, to like what you see out of these two.
Okay, so that was a good
I can
descriptive answer. So I saw Steven's hand first, and then I saw EJ's. So
I concur in this.
okay,
I
so
concur as well.
okay, EJ.
Henry trying to make it look like more of it was more of an accident than anything else, like something you can easily push off. But Goldman is making it more into details, including who, like, what gang shot them, also including, like, what kind of arm, basically. And he's also saying that he wanted to make the guards go as silent on only Henry on his side. He makes like, he's trying to make it seem like he wanted the guards to come in as quietly as possible, but then again, who would send guards at the dead of night? That's basically making no sense.
So can I hear from someone else who hasn't talked yet? I keep seeing the same few people.
You got your hand down. You talk.
Okay, I'll call on Will, but then I need somebody new.
I do not concur with what EJ said, because you can't accidentally fire upon guards 25 minutes before they set shore.
What did you say?
Hit
Fire
somebody,
on guard.
And then fire on them again while
and then keep firing on them.
Sure.
That you have to purposefully do that. That's not
Yeah.
Okay, so someone new. I need to see somebody new.
Okay,
Hey, Paco.
so all of these two documents are similar in a way, like they're both trying to describe like their sides of the story. They're both different when they're talking about the fact that they went on the shore and they started firing. Like in Emma Goldman, they said that once the boat got within range, that the Pinkertons started like opening fire and whatnot without warning, killing like a number of Homestead men. Well, on Henry Fricks, it says that they were trying to go unnoticed without anyone meeting or confrontations or something like that. And then once they got on shore, that they basically just started getting shot at. So that's another thing.
Okay.
what do I say?
Just have a seat for right now. Get caught up. Okay,
Just every day.
so I think what I'm getting from those of you who have been talking so far. So we have two completely different accounts, two different completely opinions. When you look at them, like you kind of touched on this, but I wanna hear some more in depth. Do you think one is more reliable than the other?
Yes.
I mean,
How so? I'm gonna go Karush, then Will, and then Paco.
So, based off of that thought, if I were to choose one who had a more reliable statement in these documents, I would believe in Henry Frick, because even when you look at Emma Goldman's documents, you can see how she stated it, but it feels more biased and with more emotion than rather factual information. So when you look at Henry Frick's, he gave a very detailed statement about why he disagreed with the amalgamated association and why he decided to not work with them. And he gave a good explanation, and then he moves on and states why everything else happened and then the events leading on. So I believe that Henry Frick had more of a standing in this situation.
Okay, so who do I say? Will next, then Paco, then EJ? Okay.
I feel as if Emma Goldman's was more reliable, because Henry said that like 25 minutes they were firing upon them. You can't really expect a bullet to travel for 25 minutes and still hit the target. Like, that's the drop off would just be too much. You wouldn't hit him.
Okay. So Paco, then EJ, then Franklin.
no, I'm kind of concurring with what Karush says. He said that because like Emma Goldman with who fiercely basically like supported workers' rights, it's more kind of biased on their side, even though she's given like all these facts and like sounding like that. And then there's Henry Frick, who's basically supporting and defending why he did the things he did.
Okay. So EJ's next.
I would go with Goldman as well, mostly because, yes, Henry does give out why he wouldn't join, although I've seen it, and honestly, it's a little bit unreasonable, like just by a little. But also on her side, even though it says it was like 39 years later, I'm pretty sure she would not only remember the whole entire massacre, but she also gives out more details on more of why they would try to fight back, and also why, like, they would do it in the first place.
I mean, how both of these are going, I wouldn't really know which one to believe more, because one says, like with Goldman, it says that they started firing at them without any warning, but then with Fricks, it says that the Homestead people started firing first. So basically, I gotta agree with Steven.
Okay.
He said, she said.
So, we seem to be going back and forth and stuff like that, and that's, okay, you know. Seems we can't necessarily concur which one is more valuable
One of them
source than
won.
the other. So if you wanted to find out more information about what happened, or if you wanted to get a different source, how would you find that out?
Internet.
Somebody knew. Somebody knew.
You.
That can't be you or Cruz.
Who hasn't talked yet?
Can I pick somebody?
LaShawn, what do you think? If you wanted to get more information about what happened, so you could better understand the Homestead strike and why it turned violent, where would you look?
I don't think it.
Library.
Okay, and what would you try to look for at the library?
Maybe find a book on probably strikes of the revolution, industrial revolution, or go in depth and see if we can find anything more detailed than just these two accounts of what happened that night.
Okay, so maybe find something that offers a more depth explanation. What in particular? You mentioned maybe books. What else?
www.google.com keyword Homestead.
Okay, but do you
Or
think
massacre.
Google's always the most reliable source? Let's think
It
about
can
this.
be.
Yeah.
It's for communities, so you kinda can't.
I mean,
It's more.
What kind of
It's gonna
documents have
hide-
we been looking at this year in class?
Like, you could kinda like, I guess,
Not
go to
or-
a person who was there.
Okay, so Paco's more on track. So you could find somebody else's account of someone who was there. What else? Trish?
I think that you could go to someone who's related to the people that have been there, or you can go to professionals that have looked into this information in general, so that you can get a reference as to what happened, why it happened, possibly. They may not all be there, but you can still look to people who are close to where it's been, or what has happened, relatable.
Okay, so people who were close to individuals who were present or know where to find more info. What kind of documents are those that we are looking at in
The
here? Newspapers, which are
Secondary sources.
what's secondary?
Library.
Primary documents, okay? So again, searching for primary documents. Does that mean they're gonna be reliable 100% of the time?
No.
No, but they might give us a better idea. So, thank you guys for participating.
Okay, quick